Some moments during my set where everybody got silent. They was like, did he really just say that to us? And I'm like, yeah, y'all needed to hit it. I said, how many of y'all like when rappers get murdered? They got silent. If you don't like it, then why are we out here listening to music where rappers glorifying people?
It's bold. It's bold.
On
That's
the
all I'm
Rolling
gonna
Loud
say.
stage, my brother. You can hear a pin drop. That's why God sent me here.
Oh my!
You know how I'm rocking.
I already know, D1.
Can't bite your tongue, bro.
Now,
D1 was the one that said, he said, your top 5 rappers were not preaching positivity. You might get a song out of them every once in a while, a Dear Mama or something like that. A lot of the rappers have come out against what he's talking about, saying that he's grifting. If he's just doing this to make money, is that any different than what anybody else was doing? Some of these rappers that we know of never killed nobody. They were telling somebody else's story. So that's grifting too. I'm going over here because that's what they tell us is popular to say. We go say it, right? So if he is grifting, but that's his message, even in a grift, is it a bad message? Is what I'm saying.
Okay, there's 2 parts. There's 2 parts of that. First of all, I don't believe it's a grift because in order for it to be a grift, he has to not believe what it is he's saying. He has to be doing it strictly for monetary gain, popularity, or eyeballs being on him. I don't believe that's the case because even his old interviews with Sway in the Morning and all that, he was doing this.
He was already doing it, right.
years ago. Number 2. If it was a grift and saying something positive, is it still a grift? It always is, because that's how I feel about organized religion and pastors. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about it. That's just my take. I don't want to put that on nobody else. But what I will say is, positivity does not get views, does not get money, does not get clicks. There are 3 channels right now that I can't even watch, and I want to, but they're called Good News. And what they do is weekly, they just say good stuff that's happening in the nation. Nobody wants to hear it. Nobody cares. Everybody, engagement, the algorithm has trained us on engagement. And engagement, what engages people is fear, anger, lust. That's what your algorithm is going to send to you. You know what I mean? And that's what you engage in. You don't sit there and just like seek out the good news. Think about it. None of us have. Nobody's doing that.
Well, they don't want to
And
provide you the good news. They don't want that.
And also my top, like some of my favorite rappers of all times have always been what people would call conscious. Like my top 5, in my top 5, I had Pasta News, right? Because he's sick. He's always been sick. You know what I mean? Literally, like almost all the native tongue has been sick. Like, but they're not getting no love. Like, you know, all the people in Dreamville. Underneath Old Boy, underneath J. Cole, like the Earth Gang and them. They are cool. They're cultured. They're speaking about issues and stuff like that. And they also they're not around killing everybody. But nobody's giving them no love. Mick Jenkins, totally dope-ass rapper. Not talking about killing people every day. But guess what? Nobody's showing them no love. People want that negativity. And of course, because the machine wants money, it's going to push what sells. So we need to change our mentality as a whole if we even want to have anything to change.
Well, and it's an interesting way of saying that, because I believe that D1's most recent project is called The Shift, and he believes that there can be a shift. I mean, it's a tough one though to rewind that, but you can't rewind it, but you can move forward. So maybe, just maybe we don't promote all that negativity in the future. But is that even up to us?
D1 wasn't speaking to you and I.
Right.
He was speaking to folks that have no guidance and use rap lyrics as their mantras for daily life. He was speaking to them, the lost ones. So I can't help but to agree with him, but I know that is a hard shift because nobody's staying accountable for what they say, for how they raise their kids, for how they treat each other. Nobody's really being held accountable at a regular rate. Say what they want, do what they want. Nobody's being held accountable, you know. And so I think parents are the first lane.